Rosary with a 26-year-old disabled teenager. This is a living proof. Pharaoh Sue belongs to Ton Exe Parish, Bau Lac de Lat Diocese. When he was 14 years old, his parents sent him to school. One day, he suddenly felt pain and numbness in his legs. He could not sit down or stand up. When he got home, he told his parents. But no one paid attention, thinking that he was just playing around with his friends, and that was how he was born. But the illness became more and more serious. By the time his parents noticed, the illness had already become serious. His family was poor, so his parents had to pay a lot of money to find a doctor, but the illness did not go away. He had to endure his chronic illness. Wherever he went, he had to sit down using both hands to press down on the ground and walk like a frog. How pitiful! My father was also old and weak and could not do anything. He only took care of church work, reading books, comforting the sick, and bringing the Eucharist to the sick. One day, he went to help a sick person, a rich man. This man gave my father a statue of the Virgin Mary, body and soul assumed into heaven. He brought the statue home, told Sue to prepare the altar, and display flowers and candles. Then told him that from now on he had to go to the altar every day to pray the Rosary, praying to be cured of being crippled and unable to walk with others. Sue listened to his father's instructions, and every day, morning, noon, and evening, he went before the altar of the Virgin Mary to pray the Rosary very fervently. Every time Sue went somewhere, it was very difficult. He had to put both hands on the ground and jump like a toad. Everyone felt sorry for him. The children laughed at him. One day, when he went to Mass because the church was too far away, he could not jump like that. His mother had to carry him, but she was old and weak and had to be left behind along the way. He tried to jump to the church. When he went to receive communion, he had to jump, distracting the whole church. Someone told his mother, "Why do you make me go to church when I'm sick?" From then on, Sue stayed at home, praying and asking Our Lady to save him so he could get well again and go to work to help his family. He fervently prayed the Rosary and completely believed in the power of Our Lady of the Rosary. One day there was a solemn Mass, so he had to try to go to Mass and receive communion. He also jumped to church, but this time he stayed at an acquaintance's house. He waited until the priest came out to celebrate Mass, then he jumped to lean on a corner of a pillar. When he went to receive communion, he tried to jump up and receive the Holy Eucharist with great fervor. While he was leaning on the pillar to thank God, he suddenly felt the pain in his legs lessen. He stretched his legs, then tried to stand up. Overjoyed, he thought to himself that Our Lady must have saved him. Then he stood up straight like someone who had no illness. To avoid surprise, he also jumped out of the inn and did not tell anyone, lest it would cause a commotion. He intended to let his parents rejoice first, then announced to everyone that the Virgin Mary had performed a miracle to save him. From the day Sue became crippled until the day the Virgin Mary cured him of his illness, it was exactly 26 years. Sue had a family and lived a holy life, and had very good apostolic activities in the parish. To thank the Virgin Mary, he published this special miracle in Catholic newspapers and informed everyone to have complete faith in the Rosary whenever facing difficulties or incurable diseases. Comment: this special miracle is a clear living witness. Currently, Mr. Sue is still living in Vietnam. Through the Rosary, the Virgin Mary has saved countless incurable diseases. But one must have a steadfast faith, not just praying the Rosary once or twice and then losing heart. Go to the doctor, go to the hospital, but keep believing in the power of the Virgin Mary and keep praying the Rosary. Mr. Sue above, who was saved by the Virgin Mary, also had to spend 26 years in penance. Sparkle's invitation to pray and share. May God, through the intercession of the Virgin Mary, pour out countless blessings on you and your family. If this story brings you faith and hope, please subscribe to the channel, share the video, and leave a comment as our common prayer. Together, let us spread the love and miracles of the Mother to every soul. Sparkling heart folded hands.